So welcome back to our lesson about statics, and this time will be a discussing analysis of plane thrust by method of joints. So ano nga ba yung method of joints? Method of joints is the method used for calculating forces acting in each member ng ating thrust by applying equilibrium equations, yung meron tayong equilibrium conditions na tinatawag, to each joint. So for example, number one, we have to calculate the forces acting in each member of the given thrust. So we have these simply supported thrust natin. So to do that, step one, we have to draw the free body diagram as the always first step in calculation. We have to draw the free body diagram. So sa C natin, since it is a roller support, isang reaction lang kaya niya, no? Since naka-orient siya dun sa horizontal. So ang vertical ang kanyang reaction. So we have the B support which is in hinge. So dalawa yon, isang vertical at saka isang horizontal reactions. So calculation reactions at support. So of course we have to apply the conditions ng equilibrium. So at first we have summation forces X must be 0. So ano ba yung may X force natin dyan? Ang given lang ay 200 pound. Yun lang yung along horizontal. So yan lang yung kailangan i-counteract ng X reaction or the horizontal reaction at B. So, yun lang yung pwede niyang i-counteract since wala naman ng ibang load na nag-act horizontally. So, to counteract that, syempre, ang kailangan lang natin ay 200 pound na papunta sa kaliwa para mabalance, no? Or, in formula, 200 pound minus yung BX natin, dapat mag-zero sila. So, definitely, BX natin should be 200 pound na going sa left. So, para naman sa summation ng forces Y natin, that should also be 0. So 300 pound plus 500 pound minus CY minus BY. No? Yung assumption natin na upward parehas yung movement ng reaction at B and at C. So they should always be 0. So we have equation 1 na CY plus BY is equal to 850 pound by transposition and simplifying the equation. Ako natin yung equation 1. And then last condition, we have the condition for moment that should also be 0, summation ng lahat ng moment, dapat mag-0 din para maging equilibrium. So let's take summation moments at B with clockwise movement as positive. So summation moment at B should be 0. So we have 200 times 16 feet. 200 force natin na maitutulak niya yon paikot pa in clockwise direction kaya siya positive. Plus yung CY natin, no? So, since upward yon, so clockwise direction din ang ikot na makakos nyo dun sa B natin. So, times 36 feet minus yung 500 natin na downward, kaya magkakos siya ng counterclockwise na moment dun sa B. So, times 24 minus 350 times 12 is equal to 0. So, by simplifying, we have CY times 36 feet minus 13,000. So, to get the value of CY, so 13,000 divided by 36. So we have CY, 361.11 pound na upward force. So positive, kaya tama yung ating assumption na upward siya. So substitute natin to sa value ng CY doon sa equation 1. So we have CY plus BY is equal to 850. So minus lang natin 850 para makuha natin BY. So BY is 488.89 pound upward. Step 3 naman, sa calculation na tayo ng forces in each member. So, let's start with joint C. We can start at any point. Pwede tayo sa B mag-start. Basta, alam natin yung process. So, start tayo sa C since dalawa lang yung member na na-connect doon. Kaya doon ako nag-start kasi mas madali. So, daling makakuha ng forces. So, given na yung CY natin na upward siya at 361.11 pound. So, yung CA natin at CD assumption natin, parehas silang tension at point C. No? Ibig sabihin, palayo from the point C or pahatak sila. No? Then, we have rise over run na 4 over 3. So, the slope or the hypotenuse will be 5. So, we have summation forces Y must be 0. Again, conditions for equilibrium. So, sa Y natin, ang may Y component lang naman dyan ay yung CD. Then we have CY para along y-axis. So, dapat mag-0 sila. Since ang assumption natin pa-up yung CD, so mag-a-add sila. So, CY plus CD times 4 over 5 is equal to 0. Dapat mag-0 yan. So, ang makukuha natin yun, we have 361.11 plus CD, 4 over 5 is equal to 0. So, we will get CD as negative 361.11 na 5 over 4 based on the equation. No? So, CD will be negative 451.39 pound. Negative, ibig sabihin mali yung direction natin. So, hindi siya tension. Siya ay compression, pabaligtad. No? So, pag ganyan yung force natin. Instead na paangat, papush siya doon sa point C. So, para naman sa summation ng forces X natin, ang may X component dyan ay si CD, may X component, tapos meron tayong CA. So, to get that, since alam na natin yung direction ng CD, yun ay gagamitin natin. So, magkaiba sila ng direction. Pababa na going left yung CD. So, CA minus CD times yung sa slope niya, 3 over 5 must be 0. So, that is CA is equal to 451.39 pound 3 over 5, which is CA is equal to 270.83 pound na tension since pahatak siya sa point C, tension. So kung compression siya sa first point, no, sa ibang point, dapat compression pa din. Kung tension siya dun sa nakuha nating isang point, dapat tension siya dun sa kabila din. Hindi pwedeng mag-iba. So, for example, at joint A na tayo. So, at joint A, we have CA. Kagaya nito, yung CA natin ay tension. Kaya pahatak siya. From point A, hahatakin niya yun. So, that is tension. So, di pwede mapalitan yan. Kapag known na, yun ang gagamitin natin. Unless unknown pa siya, mag-a-assume tayo. But since apat yung loading natin, no, apat yung meron tayong mga forces, so yan na yung ginawa kong assumption na magkaka-opposite silang lahat para maging equilibrium. So, by observation, ganoon naman talaga yung mangyayari. So, CA minus AF must be 0. No, yung along x-axis natin, dapat mag-0 sila. So, si AF ay 270.83 pound lang din. Na tension sila parehas. So, si AD naman minus 500, that should be 0. Yan yung along y-axis natin. So, si AD ay 500 pound na tension din. So, at joint D naman tayo, since known na si CD, nakuha natin kanina, si AD known na din, nakuha natin yan. Then, we have the given 200 pound na point dun sa D. Then, we have the assumption na DF na pababa at DE na compression din. So, yung assumption, ang assumption natin dito, si DF ay tension, si DE ay compression. Pero assumption lang yan. Malalaman natin kung tama yung assumption natin. So, summation forces X based on sa assumption natin must be 0 din. So, we have 200 pound na pa-push doon or the compression. So, 200 pound plus CD. No? So, compressive din. So, kaya pinas natin 3 over 5. Yun kasi yung X component niya. Plus DF na ang assumption natin ay tension. So, ang X niyan ay going right pa din. So, kaya plus, no? 3 over 5 din. Same slope. So, minus DE. Si DE ay going right, kaya minus natin. Going left, I mean. No? Kaya siya naka-minus. So, we have 470.834 plus yung DF natin na 3 over 5 minus yung DE natin. That will be our equation 1. So, since unknown pa si DE, DF at DE. So, wala pa equation 1 pa lang tayo. So, at FY, we have CD 4 over 5 para sa kanyang Y na part, and then we have minus DF 4 over 5 minus 500 must be 0. So we have 451.39 times 4 over 5 minus DF times 4 over 5 minus 500. So DF lang yung unknown dyan. So makusolve natin yan. So we have negative 139.2 is equal to DF times 4 over 5. So, we will get DF is equal to negative 174 pound. Ibig sabihin, mali yung assumption natin na direction. Hindi siya tension. Si DF ay 174 pound. Compression. So, bali ganito yung kanyang direction. Papush doon sa point D. Patulak. No? So, papalitan na natin yan. So, pag nag-solve na tayo, dapat tama na yung direction natin. So, pag sa-substitute natin sa equation 1, dapat mapalitan na yon. Equation 1 natin ng positive. Kasi binago na natin positive na gagamitin natin. Ay, positive. Compression. So, in the equation 1, So, magiging compression siya. So, pabaliktad na yung movement niya going left na din siya. So, dapat mag-add sila ng DE. So, ibig sabihin, pares lang dapat naka-minus dyan sa 470.834. So, 1 times 174 times 3 over 5 minus DE must be 0. So, we have DE is equal to 366.434 pound na compression din. Nakuha natin based doon sa solution natin. So, since nag-positive siya, tama yung assumption natin sa DE na compressive force siya. So, next, at joint F naman tayo. So, yan yung joint F. Makikita naman natin sa drawing kung ano yung itsura ng point F. Point F, yun sa baba. So, known na yung DF natin na compressive force na 174 pound. Yung AF natin na tension ay 270.83. So, ang ano dito ay FB at saka si FE. So, we have AF minus FB minus DF times 3 over 5 must be 0. So, we have 270.83 minus FB minus 174 times 3 over 5 must be 0 as well. So, FB is 166.43 pound na tension based dun sa atin. So, nag-positive siya. Ibig sabihin, tama yung assumption natin na si FB ay tension. So, FE minus DF para naman sa FE summation ng Y natin. DF ng 4 over 5 is equal to 0. So, FE minus 174 times 4 over 5 must be 0. So, we have FE na 139.2 pound na tension. So, tama yung assumption natin na tension yung FE. So, at joint E naman tayo. So, we have DE na known. So, compressive force na 366.434 pound. And then, yung FE natin known din, tension na 139.2 pound. So, tsaka meron tayong load na 350 pound. And then, yung assumption natin na compressive force na EB. So, DE ay along x-axis. So, ano ba yung may x-axis dyan? So, si EB lang. Ano? So, minus EB times 3 over 5 para x-axis. No? Is equal to 0. So, we'll get this 366.434. Meron tayong given na yan. Then, minus EB times 3 over 5 must be 0. So, we'll get EB is equal to 366.434 times 5 over 3. So, EB is 610.72 pound na compression. So, tama na may assumption natin. Obviously naman, no? Kasi yung DE natin, siya lang naman yung nasa x-axis na going siya sa right. So, dapat kontrahin natin yung going level. Yun lang yung EB yung meron tayong x-axis. So, yun lang talaga yung kukontra doon. So, then we have at point B. Ito naman, since last na point na to, dito makakaroon na tayo ng checking. Pwede na natin ma-check kung tama ba yung mga nakuha natin na member. So, pwede natin ma-check through sa mga points. Since may reaction tayo dyan sa B, no? Meron na tayong mga reactions. Meron tayong upward reaction na 488.89 na dapat kontrahin ni EB. No? Ni EB na Y component niya. So, sila lang na may react sa isa't isa. So, magkukontrahan sila. So, dapat mag-equilibrium yan. Kaya dapat magsakto. So, pares naman sila, no? Approximately equal. So, meron din tayong FB plus BX. So, yung BX ay nakuha natin kanina, 200. Hindi lang nailagay dyan sa drawing. Pero meron tayong 200 na BX. So, EB times 3 over 5. So, we have 166.43 pound plus 200 is equal to 610.72 times 3 over 5. So, dapat mag-equal sila. So, 366.4. Parehas naman sila 366.43. So, tama naman. Ano? So, meron na tayo mga ganyang forces. So, na ano natin, proof natin na tama. So,